So I have a mind to manifest an electric mountain bike because I have little facility for traveling to these beautiful national parks, which I so enjoy. I used to go with Mr. Nobody every 2 weeks. Now I go with Mrs. Y. Um, Once a week we go out and we go to different places, and so that's brilliant because at least I'm still seeing these places. But if I had an electric mountain bike, then I could go several times a week. And one of the things I've wanted to do for a long time is to do a whole year, just to go to one of these parks every single day of the year and just to film how they transform. And that would be a whole channel on its own, because I'd be filming um, these parks throughout 365 days, and you'd see all the flora and fauna flourishing and then dying off and all the rest of it. But at the very least, I'd like to go to these places more often and you know take some shrooms and some DMT and some acid tabs or whatever and that sort of thing. Um, and because I have an adherence and a knowledge about the manifesting things in your life via your thoughts and actions combined, well, the thoughts are that I will make it manifest. The actions are speaking to you, the viewer, on my videos about it and asking you, do you want to get involved? Do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to see that happening? Because if you partake in something for somebody else, you make it vastly higher probable that something good will happen to you. Because if you are filled with resentment and you think, oh fuck you, you're calling us fucking cunts and fucking out, and then you think you're just going to sit there with a sick smile on your face, thinking that this is going to fail. It's not going to fail, people. It's not going to fail. You're going to fail. And so if you don't want to fail yourselves, then you participate in it as well. And then when you see it happening, you'll go, well, fucking hell, if I didn't participate in it and it happened without me, then what's that make me? A right fucking spiteful, horrible cunt. And it would make you wrong in many, many senses. But if you partook in it, then you'd be right, wouldn't you? You'd be so right. And so it makes sense from every perspective. It's not just about me not wanting to work and just thinking that other people should pay for me. It's deeper than that, people. It's so much deeper. If I was working and if I was doing whatever some of you resent me for not doing, then I wouldn't have all the time to do this and bring these videos to you. So the very fact that I don't work is of great benefit to you. So surely you don't want me to do any work, and surely you want to help me continue what I'm doing, and surely if you were a part of it, then you feel better about yourselves, and I'd express myself in a more congenial way towards you, because I would have seen that you are in actual fact a decent bunch of people, not just 300 taking motherfuckers. It's pretty difficult for me, people, when I put so much time and effort and energy into doing what I'm doing, and the vast majority of you can't even be bothered to thumb up a video. It really is an issue. It's your issue. I'm just pointing it out. It's your issue that people can't thumb up the videos. I thumb up every fucking single video I watch. There's no skin off my nose. If I watch it, and even if I don't think it's so great, and I don't believe every single thing this person says, how many people have told me, I don't believe, or I don't think it's right everything you say. Well, for fuck's sake, thank fucking God, because at least that way it shows you've got a mind of your own. If there's one fucking thing that is useful to you in my videos, if you take 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds of any of my videos and that's useful to you, well, isn't that something that you never had before? What do you get from watching a Netflix movie? Just a bit of dumbass entertainment. How often do we learn from Netflix movies? I can't remember the last time I learned anything from a Netflix movie, to be fair, people. But with every single one of my videos, there's an opportunity for you to learn and grow. And you know, I'm flaunting in your face every day the body that you could have, the mind that you could have, the freedom that you could have, the style of life that you could have. And I'm not saying that it's out of your league, it's over and above you. You know how I do it. You know some of how I do it. I can't tell you the lengths and breadths and the intricacies of how I do it, because there's too many scornful, spiteful, sick people out there that want to try to destroy anything I do. But they're always unsuccessful. They're never ever successful. All they do is destroy themselves, you see, because they're carrying the weight of it. But they don't know that because they're too sick. And they get sicker and sicker and sicker, and they don't know what's making them sick. Their mind's making them sick. The way they're thinking. And like, if they're hating on me, that hate is making them sick. It's not making me sick. Do I look sick? No, I'm as healthy as anyone could possibly be. And so whatever anyone's doing, it will never touch me. Never touch me. I'm a gifted light being. So just go and fucking pick on a lesser man. You'll never do any good with me. All you're going to do is going to turn around and burn you, my friend. It's going to burn you. And you notice I said my friend because I'm speaking about one person. I'm speaking about one particular sick troll that is just been relentless for years and years and years. He's a jilted fucking screaming homosexual freak of a guy. And he has all these afflictions, and he sees me as a light being, and he just wants to challenge me or try and destroy me. But goodness me, you don't have to read too much spiritual stuff to know that you'll never ever come close to destroying a light being. You will just get burnt yourself. So take my advice and just try to redeem yourself. So I've seen bikes on eBay, and there's lots of bikes out there for about £1,000. They're brand new. I've looked at the fat tyre things and, you know, the thin tyre things and this, that and the other, and I've seen kind of like motorbike type ones, but most of them are coming out of China, and you know the stories that you don't get your warranty, and they're cheap, and things are going to break, and you're not going to get the parts and all that. So the chances are I'm not going to go too fancy. I like the idea of an electric bike that looks, you know, pretty identical to a decent mountain bike. Now, a few years ago, I was looking at some, and they were really great, and the battery is molded into the frame of the bike, and they're like fluorescent green or you know, fucking sky blue, or you know, really great colors, and they're just super cool. And so, you know, thinner regular mountain bike tires, um, and you know, I've looked at the law, and you know, the police are confiscating many bikes because they're too fast, they're too dangerous, and all this. So I'm going to buy one which is in the parameters of the law, because I don't want to get stopped and lose it. And the thing is, I don't want just an electric bike which is electric only, because some of them you just rev and rip like a moped. I don't want that. I want an electric bike just to assist me when I'm travelling. So these national parks, they're like 15 miles away, and so it's like a 30-mile round trip. It's pretty exhausting on a little crappy mountain bike when you're travelling on pavements and fucking subways, and you're crossing over islands on dual carriageways. It's horrible. It's a horrible journey, and so I've just got to go with the flow as best I can on the dual carriageway and get there as quick as I can. So that's what one of these mountain bikes will do, because assisted, then I can, no problem at all, get 25 miles an hour out of one of these bikes. I can get 20 to fucking 5 miles an hour out my mountain bike if I'm pushing it. So that's the sort of thing I'm going for, and ideally I'd like to buy a better quality one second hand, and so I think that you know, if I can raise £500 towards one, then that would be a major help. and then I could probably end up stretching to buy one for like £700 or £800 by just sticking a few £100 of my own money to it. So see how you feel about that, people. My PayPal details are on my home page, and that is the best portal. It's the most simple. You don't need any bank account details, this and the other. But if you don't know how to use PayPal, you don't want to use PayPal or whatever, and you want to do a bank transfer, okay, send me an email or send me a comment, and I'll send you the details if that's how you want to do it. But really, PayPal is so simple. You just have an account with your email. Fuck's sake, that's all you gotta do, people. So yeah, there was one of the long-term viewers and friends on the channel who was talking to people that you know, you, the viewer, could set up, GoFundMe. One person says, well, if everyone only paid £1, then he'd have enough, because I have 2,000 subscribers, 2,030 or 40 subscribers, but it really is the amount of views I've got, the people that actually view, because lots of people subscribe and never come back again. So, but let's say averagely like 250 views. 250. Well, if each of you gave £5, well, I'd be quids in, wouldn't I? And I could be able to buy, rather a nice one. But even if there's only 50 of you that give something, well, I mean, if you all give, the appropriate amount, then you can make it happen. And there's been people in the past would just send me hundreds of pounds, and so I know there's lots of people out there with money, but I don't want or expect them to burden more than their share. I think it should be a group effort. You're all enjoying the videos. Those of you that keep coming back, and if you watch many of my videos, in my estimation, it's just kind of like a decent thing to do. And even if you say, well, I've got no money and I'm really this and that, well, if you are on very, very basic income support, which is about 12 quid a day, I think it is these days, well, okay, I'm not expecting you to even throw a quid in the fucking pot. But if you do have some disposable income, then 10 or 20 quid wouldn't be fucking too disappointing for you, would it? But you see, the whole thing about giving is that when you give, you do actually receive. And so I was going to mention what I considered to be like a cone, one of these Buddhist cones. These Buddhist cones are kind of like unsolvable mysteries, little mantras or something like that. But I was thinking that every time that you give, it's paradoxical, because you receive at the same time. And some of you maybe would have wanted to question that because you never gave it any thought. But when you give somebody something and they appreciate it, well, of course, you appreciate them appreciating. You feel good inside because you've done something good, and so you receive. And the chances are, if you've got a lot of money and they haven't, you receive more than they do. So if you give them 10 quid and you've got 5 grand in the bank, you've given nothing really, have you? And it's almost embarrassing. If you felt like someone was in need, then 100 quid, 200 quid, if you've got 5 grand in the bank, and then they go, oh, thank you so much, oh, now I can do this and now I can do that, well, you'd be feeling good about that. But if you've got 10 grand in the bank and you give 10, I would feel embarrassed. I would feel embarrassed. I would feel even more embarrassed than not doing anything. And so you see, what it does is, people, when we give, or when we ask ourselves, do we want to give, it enables us to look at ourselves, and it enables us to see what sort of quality of person we are. And if you are not a quality person, then you will never give, and you would never give me because you maybe think I have it all, and I'm such a big head, and I've demeaned you so many times, or you think I have. All I've done is I've given you an opportunity to better yourself. So if any of you ever think that I've demeaned you, well, that's your own affliction. That's your own negative disposition, because I've never done that. I've just given you an opportunity to become a better version of yourselves, and by pointing out things like if you don't read books, or if you don't exercise, and if you don't try to better yourself in any shape or form, well, you're letting yourself down. And so what am I doing? I'm giving you the opportunity to stop doing that. And so just that in itself, if you can just say, I've watched 100 videos of the Awakened Brave, and just for him to say that, I see it so clear now. When I never saw it before, I was completely blind. That's how people are, people. They're blind. And when something is so elementary, if only we would just stop to think about it. So, giving is receiving. And for those who like to do that and know what it feels like, well, there won't be any problem for you. For those of you that are not used to doing that and hold envy and jealousy and bitterness and all that, well, you have to realize that they're killing you. All those negative attributes of the human being are preventing you from going forward, and so you might want to try to let go of a few of those things, and smile a little bit more, compliment people a little bit more, thumb up videos a little bit more, and spend a little bit of money in the right direction, and you'll be surprised how good that makes you feel. Now, I have just the right amount of money to live this life. I don't have money to go on holidays, and I don't have money to go weekend trips down in London and things like that, paying £100 on the train and all the rest of it. So I move in smaller circles. But what I do is I'm giving almost every single day of my life. And that's why I'm always telling you that because I do that, because I am always giving, then the cosmos returns that to me 20-fold. And so it gives me everything that I require for a blissful life. So I can honestly say to you that my life is absolutely perfect. And it's always been perfect. And so who can say that? And if you go, well, if you really believe that, how can I do it? You say to yourself, how can I do that? Well, you start giving. Start giving. Just start giving, people, and then you'll see what happens. Again, this is a no-brainer if you read spiritual books, people. Those that give live longer, live happier, live more fruitful lives. There's so many benefits to it. And so there's a few things for you to think about. And so for those of you that want to participate in this, then let's just see what manifests, shall we?